Hollywood is incredibly scared of him and all the other streamers. They have so much power.
You think streamers can sell their soul?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you think like there's like blood rituals and shit?
Yeah, bro.
No, bro.
You don't think so?
No.
Tell me Kai Cenat did not do a blood ritual.
I don't know. In the streaming, it's like, rappers are different.
But I feel like if you did one, you wouldn't tell me.
Brother, if I did it, I'd stream it.
All right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, check this out. Right around the time Kai Cenat uploaded that YouTube video, and he was talking about he quit and he's going to start his clothing brand, so on, right? Y'all already know what I'm talking about. I saw a couple clips pop up of different people with some theories that Hollywood is trying to push streaming out. And remember the video I dropped, I think I titled it, Hollywood Forced Kai Cenat to Quit Streaming. But I didn't necessarily title it that because of this theory. And I started seeing a couple different people talking about it. And I was like, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. Y'all know the streamer Neon, right? He was also in the video I did about Skrilla, when Skrilla told him to put the mask on, and then when he put the mask on, Skrilla was joking, supposedly, allegedly, and he was like, ha ha ha, I got your soul. Like when Neon put the mask on, Skrilla was like, I got your soul, right? So that's Neon. Neon recently did a stream with Kevin Gates, but he also, I think in the middle of last month, the title was like Billionaire Exposes Hollywood and Streaming, right? I don't know if the guy was a billionaire or not, but he was basically telling Neon that Hollywood doesn't like you guys and they're trying to push y'all out because y'all are taking the spotlight, so to speak. Remember, we talked about this a little bit when I had that clip from that Mike Epps video and how about, you know, it's very easy to become famous off the internet, streaming, you know, YouTube, you know, on a really big level. But it's a little bit deeper because Hollywood is looking at it as y'all are stealing watch time from us. You're stealing the attention of young kids away from our actresses, our actors, our artists. You know what I'm saying? Because millions upon millions of hours of watch time is being dedicated to streaming now. Now you're not paying attention to the facade of Hollywood. All you're doing is paying attention to streaming. You're watching these guys. They're making millions. They're making just as much right now as some of the hottest actors and, you know, musicians out there. And so I thought that theory was pretty interesting. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a quick video and talk about it. And I want to play y'all this clip where this guy talks about, you know, Hollywood basically trying to push out the streamers to get the attention back on them.
Part of why Hollywood's been in decline is because of them. Him, the podcast, they're stealing
I didn't know, it's news to me.
They're stealing all the fucking attention and time in the day from the movie business. The movie business, they hate him. I'll tell you this right now, and I know this for sure. I've met all these guys in Hollywood since I got in the movie business. Hollywood is so scared of you and all your buddies.
Seriously.
They are so scared of you and Kai and Aiden. You guys are commanding all the attention in the world. You're so much bigger than like Leonardo DiCaprio. That guy makes a post. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. Your stuff is hundreds and hundreds of millions, which is why I'm really delighted to meet you.
That's crazy to hear that.
Mob, this is simple. Hollywood is trying to get streaming out of here, bro. And they're doing it in 3 steps. Now walk with me, listen. Number 1 is infiltration. Number 2 is influence. And step number 3 is elimination. Look at what's going on with Kai right now. Perfect example. When he had the celebrities starting to come into his stream, what is that? That's the infiltration. Then he started getting influenced by Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart started kind of trying to gauge him and how to move and how to speak and what to do and what not to do. That's influence. And now all of a sudden, he wants to step back and pursue fashion. That's elimination. And I know Kai is just one person and streaming is a whole industry, but let's keep it a buck, bro. Kai Cenat is the reason streaming is what it is today. A lot of people wouldn't even be doing content creation or trying to stream if it wasn't Kai Cenat. And Hollywood saw that, saw how much attention they were getting, and in their eyes, they weren't paying their dues or whatever, and now they're trying to eliminate it. And that's a fact.
Now, I was like, that piqued my interest because people aren't going to the movies like they used to. You know, obviously we had what 2020 brought us, and that changed the dynamic as well. But you can also thank that time, you know, for making a bunch of extra people get on the computer and start doing things they never would have done if it wasn't for 2020. And y'all know what I'm talking about. But the dynamic has completely changed, right? And it makes sense because streamers can do a live stream. We're talking about the big streamers, you know what I'm saying? You obviously got Aiden Ross, you know, Speed, Kai, Neon, a couple of other people, right? They can do these streams and make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of one stream, gain the attention of thousands and thousands of young minds, of kids watching them who are willing to watch them because it's someone that they can relate to every single day. So you have to think about it. Over time, this will create an effect on Hollywood and the way Hollywood operates. Just like I said earlier, you're not paying attention to these actors no more. You're not paying attention to, you know, a rapper trying to promote his album and promote his music by jumping into a show real quick because the crowd that they want to watch is too busy watching their favorite streamer. So it makes a lot of sense that they're trying to infiltrate. And it might be the reason why they were sending these Hollywood stars, i.e. Kevin Hart, to Kai Cenat streams. It wasn't just about using them to stay relevant or tapping into the younger crowd. It could have been the art of war. It could have been infiltration to eventually get one of the biggest streamers out of the way in Kai Cenat. Now where all of those kids are going to go to when they want to see their favorite streamer. You know what I'm saying? You take one down and who knows what else could be coming. I mean, we just saw the stuff with Speed in Algeria. You know, they damn near out there trying to, I don't want to say nothing crazy, but, you know, it seems like they trying to do something. The Speed out there, he out there in North Africa where it is crazy racist against black people, you know, and man, everybody under those videos is like, yo, I know not to go to North Africa. They was like some of his team tried to get him to not go to North Africa. And, you know, you're basically seeing what it is. It's kind of exposing how they still, you know, look at a certain people. Now that I thought was crazy. I could throw a clip in there too if y'all haven't seen all of the stuff that was going on with Speed doing the IRL streams.
They don't like me. No. I don't. They keep throwing water at me. I just came here to watch the football game, bro. I don't know what's up with these fans. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm leaving. I think I'm not welcome here. I don't understand. All of my fans show love in Algeria, but at that stadium, I don't know. They should have just chucked the green apple at me.
And thank you to iShowSpeed for letting me know that Algeria is not for the people.
I just roll away, come up, my eardrum just busted. My eardrum just busted, bro. I'm not even trolling. My shit ringing. I can't.
I'm sorry, did we just witness them trying to take this man's life? From them throwing water bottles at him and shooting fake bullets at him, I think it's a very clear message that they don't want him there. That's very clear that they don't want us to come back either. Speed just wanted to show us some different cultures in Africa, and these folks ain't having it. And to those who are saying that this isn't racism, that's a lie. You can't hide racism on camera. They weren't mad because he had his camera out. This is iShowSpeed we're talking about, the world's biggest streamer. They're mad because they're not understanding why a black man like iShowSpeed is getting the praise that he is. And we could leave it at that.
Now, in no way am I saying Speed is gonna be harmed by Hollywood or anything like that. You know, I just thought that was a bit crazy, especially the stuff that was happening in Algeria, throwing stuff at him, water bottles, shot the, it looked like a little 1800s type of pistol or some kind of double barrel pistol shotgun looking thing right next to his ear. That was pretty intentional. That is actually crazy. You definitely can blow somebody's eardrum like that. That was crazy. But what I also want to show y'all too, just a couple of more clips of Neon, and he was talking to Kevin Gates, and he asked Kevin Gates, would he ever stream? Because there's a bunch of different rappers that are starting to stream now, obviously because they see the money in it, and it's more guaranteed than them being signed to a label and barely making a penny, right? And Kevin Gates was like, he's met a lot of good people that stream, but also he can tell that a lot of them are depressed and they're just not themselves because they're always in front of a screen, and he said he wouldn't, obligate himself to streaming as much as the younger kids do because of what it will do to your mindset.
So would you ever get into streaming, or is it just a thing where you'll hop on sometimes, chill?
I met so many good people that stream. Like I met some good people that stream. You probably know them, but it don't seem like they was happy. It seemed very draining. Like, and far as me, my energy is the most important thing. Like, $1 billion is not worth me being uncomfortable.
Wow.
So if it was something to where I would stream once a week or something like that, then I would do it. But then I'm not even about to obligate myself or commit myself to that because I get up and do what makes me feel good first.
Damn, bro, you make me want to quit streaming. You make me want to quit.
It's not that. I just noticed that the people that do a lot of streaming, they really suffer from depression.
Are you happy?
And then I love having, it's like with my woman, like I love having intimate moments with my woman.
Me too.
And then like, even though the camera looking right now, I'm not about to be careful and cautious because the camera watching me.
That was very real because he's more speaking on the psyche of streaming, and content creation in general. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, a lot of them, young 20s getting close to their mid 20s, brains not fully developed, even down to Rakai being like 17 years old. A lot of them aren't thinking about the long-term damage mentally. They can make this money, sit in front of a computer, not really be themselves, because you gotta be pretty entertaining. You gotta at least make people feel like, they're a part of your movement. You have to do some things to make people want to sit around and watch you. You're not finna watch nobody that's just boring and ain't talking about nothing. So eventually it becomes a stress on the mind. What stream is next? What am I going to talk about this? It's almost the same as being a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? It's constant. It's 24/7 of what is next, what video is next, what topic is next, what is next. You know what I'm saying? And you get caught in this loop. So I can relate to it. Obviously I'm not a streamer, but I can relate to it as what it can possibly do to your psyche, especially at a young age, which is why he was saying, a lot of them look depressed, and that, we know Kevin Gates is Kevin Gates, and, he's a part of what he's a part of as well. But, it was a good point about waking up and doing what you want to do first. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of be able to separate it. You got to be able to compartmentalize. You know what I'm saying? You have to, or eventually it'll drive you crazy. But a lot of them, they're just young. They're not really thinking about that side of it. You know what I'm saying? So if they are depressed, if they are in certain kind of down moods a lot of the time, they might not even recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't realize what a lot of this stuff, what a lot of information and draining yourself to put on this show for people, what it can actually do to your body. You know what I'm saying? You constantly putting on a show for people, regardless of how much money they make, that is not gonna fix, you mentally, basically, right? So with that being said, man, I'm gonna cut it short, man. I ain't wanna just go to start yapping on this topic, man. I know this video might be a short one, but I just wanted to get y'all opinions, man. Y'all let me know what's going on, what you think about the topic. Run the likes up for me on this one, man. Y'all already know we'll be back with another video tomorrow. With that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon, all right?